Alright, let's go back in time. Sounds good to me. Fun. 1965 radio broadcast.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. Thee. So I'd set about, however
Meaning
necessary, to
yourself.
take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old, I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves.
That being said, everybody, love your people, love everybody equally, but your people that you're close to, don't let shit come between y'all. Don't let each other's negativities spill over onto each other. I know it's difficult, and it's only getting harder, but for real, if their goal is to separate and destroy us, don't you think it would be smart to not let them separate us in the first place? Just a valid point.
Until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
See, that's another thing, another point that I've made several times. We have been brainwashed by our media to be far overly emotional. There is absolutely no use whatsoever in over emotionalizing anything. If it gives you an emotion, experience that emotion, move past that emotion. Get to the uh, the basic, just the bare bones of whatever the hell it is you're going through. Go through that in your mind rationally and with no emotion, and you will de-brainwash.
Decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
Yes, exactly. Share this with everyone you know ASAP. Let them know. There's nothing we can do to stop this, but there is one thing we can know for sure, and that's our Heavenly Father is always in control. And if we put our trust in Him, He will not forsake us. So whatever we go through in the physical, don't worry about it. It's just a tiny blip of your actual spiritual existence, because this flesh life is not your true identity. It's but a day in the life of your soul. God bless you all. I love you all. I had to share that. Be good. Be good to each other. God knows we are running out of time. Accept Jesus Christ today, yesterday, last year. We should have none of us ever left His side. It's not 100% our faults, so don't beat yourself up over it. But accept Christ today. Number one most important thing you could ever do in your life.